short and sweet for you guys today. But I think it's important that I do just chat and touch on a little bit about today's topic, which is going to be canceled events and weddings, canceled weddings, and how to kind of navigate through the murky water here, and what you're doing. Are you protected, right? So let's just kind of talk very quickly about how to kind of navigate through here with when we, unfortunately have these canceled events come upon us. So, it happens, guys. And the more you're in the industry, the more likely these things are going to come upon us. It's just the nature of the beast. Events get canceled, weddings get canceled. It's part of the business as a freelancer. But you need to make sure that you're protected. Okay. So that's what I kind of want to emphasize a little bit today and just sort of touch on. You can't afford to be refunding every client that cancels on you. You would be out of business if this was the case. It's just not a successful model to go by. So, I think that it's important that you have standards set up, your contract is set up, your everything nailed down so that, when these events get canceled, yourself and your team are protected, and not hurting from having to just shell out all of these refunds. Okay. So, I want to share kind of a situation that happened actually not too long ago. I don't get a lot of cancellations, but they happen. I don't know, I'd say maybe once a year there might be one, if I had to kind of put like a number on it, if that, maybe even less. But regardless, so I had a bride book me for her wedding services. She booked me in February of 2019 for her wedding a year later in January of 2020. And what ended up happening was I get a phone call in August of 19 saying that the wedding's been canceled. So, her mom contacted me, which, is pretty typical. A lot of times the moms do get involved once this does happen to try to get back any of the funds, that were put forward. So, mom contacts me and, she's like, I'm so sorry, but the wedding's been canceled. Is there any way we can get our deposit back? Because she did put a pretty hefty deposit, it was a pretty large bridal party. But at the same time, I have a very strict no money back policy written in my contract, which she signed. So I know I'm protected. And the fact is, so she booked me in February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So we're already like 6 to 7 months in from when we were booked. And I had by that time already secured another stylist for this event with me and removed her from the books. So she no longer is getting bookings for that wedding day. I no longer am receiving bookings for that wedding day. It's peak season, January, which regardless, it does make a difference. But, so the fact is that I need to make sure that, myself and my stylist are protected. And, it just wouldn't be fair if I took my stylist off the market, let alone myself, right? But I always think about other people and I think about, my team and protecting them, that if I took them off the market, that, they would lose out, and that wouldn't be fair. So this is why, I have a super no money back refund policy, because we have to protect ourselves. You can't just keep giving money back. It's just not right. I think it's okay. If you want to be flexible, what I did, what I did do with this one particular client was I gave her, I did give her an option, and I said, listen, if I do rebook that day and get another booking, I'll be happy to give you back your deposit. But if I'm unable to rebook or unable to rebook my stylist for that day, then I can't do anything with that. And, I very kindly just apologized and, hope that she understood, but at the same time, I'm protected. So, but you can do what I did. Like if you want to be flexible, that's an option you can kind of do if you're just like, not wanting to just be a stickler and be like, no, but although there's nothing wrong with being a stickler, especially if it's set up in your contracts this way. But if you're wanting to be flexible in some regard, you can always set it up to where you can tell the client, hey, listen, if I rebook this day, I'd be happy to return those funds. Or you can also say, I can keep her on file so that for any future wedding bookings, we can just use her deposit that she initially paid toward that. So those are a couple ways like you can kind of navigate where you're not just like, no, or whatever. And you can kind of be flexible if you're wanting to be a little flexible for the client. So anyway, I just want to kind of share that with you and just, say like super important, like how to kind of handle when events get canceled and what to do. Like, guys, this is your business. We put a lot of time and money and making sure we get these bookings, and it's not fair for us to be taken off the market for such an amount of time and have to refund all these, funds. So anyway, that's all I wanted to kind of touch on today, and allow yourself a little flexibility if you feel, the need or the urge to, but if not, then be okay with that. That's why your contracts are set up. And again, we talked about contracts before, if you're not protected, go get protected today. Make sure you check out my contract, video that we went over. You can see my full contract format, copy it, input your own name, your business name, and just use it, but get yourselves protected. Okay. So until the next video, I'll talk to you guys next time.